I will mention that the rule book says that you can simply incapacitate someone rather than kill someone if you're doing a melee. If you get like a melee attack and it would bring them below 0, you can just like incapacitate them rather than kill them.
I'm not gonna be killing anyone.
Yeah, I mean that's why I figured your character, so I thought I would give you that heads up.
Okay, thanks.
I rolled a 9 initiative.
I rolled a 12.
I rolled 16.
A Q.
So as far as positioning goes, was it Scar is holding the cat, and I'm right,
Oh, yeah.
And I'm
It's in
right.
my beard.
and I'm right next to them because I'm like talking to the cat. Well, trying to.
I'm like, there, Mr. Kitty.
Okay.
I attempt to repeat that in cat language, just in case.
So you guys, Skara and Tlawin are kind of like together with the cat,
Sure.
or I'm just trying to figure out positioning for everyone.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
was talking to it, so it's
I'm
probably
right.
next to me.
I'm right next to them, yeah. And like I'd say I'm roughly facing them, so I'm probably, yeah, like face to face roughly, but a little bit turned because of the strangers.
Okay, and Bly is.
I definitely want to protect the cat, but I'm more positioned so that I'm protecting Skara and Swallowing. Like I'm more protecting them than the cat.
So are you saying that you're kind of forward?
Yes.
Like in front of us or behind us?
Well, my fighting style adds to ranged weapons, so I guess it's behind you guys. Does that make sense?
Okay. So Tlawin and Skara are kind of like right next to each other and in
Yeah.
the front, and Bly is a little bit behind. The thugs, they're not like right up in your face. They're still a little bit away. And there's a guy with a mace, kind of like directly facing Skara. He was the leader. And a guy on one side, kind of facing Tlawin but a little bit back, is like he has on like brass knuckles. And then
Oh man.
the guy on the other side has a crossbow.
Okay.
Okay. And it is Bly's turn first.
I use my longbow against the dude's longbow. I guess we'll try to take him out first.
The guy with the crossbow?
Oh, yeah, crossbow.
Okay. Now, does everyone remember how to fight?
Yeah. You roll your d20 and you add your proficiency and modifier.
Okay. And then if I hit him, I roll whatever.
The damage die is plus your mod, I think. Am I remembering that right, Emily? Something like that?
That sounds right. We're all just kind of like,
To hit, I got 11.
Okay. It looks like you do like just manage to hit him. It just punctures his armor. And so you can roll damage on that.
9.
So it looks like, you got a fairly solid hit in. And honestly, it looks like this is not what this guy signed up for today. Getting hit with an arrow for a cat. He looks kind of mad at his boss.
Oh.
But it is their turn now. So the one in front kind of goes up to Skara.
Okay, I got this.
You also have the cat.
And your
And
beard.
let's see. He's going to swing his mace at you. Oh, yeah. That was a lucky roll. He got a 22, so I think that hits.
Yep.
Okay, so you take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Does bludgeoning mean anything special?
Not in this case. This guy just kind of like surprises you. You're having maybe not a civil conversation, but you weren't really expecting him to come up and attack
Yeah,
you.
no, I was not.
Oh.
And yeah, he hits you, and his friend is going to also come up, and he's going to attack Tlawin because you are right there. This is the guy with the brass knuckles. You were at the front of the fight. I'm sorry. I know
mean, it was
you didn't know
logical.
it was going to be a fight. So he swings at you.
And that's when I'm like, plow, because I got my new thingy, which is a protection. If a creature attacks someone next to me, I impose disadvantage on their attack roll.
Okay. Which, it's interesting because this guy has, he usually gets advantage being by his buddy, so just a straight roll. He got a 1.
Oh.
Like a nap.
Yeah. So
He didn't expect me to kind of go like wham with like the shield.
yeah, he like gets completely caught off guard with that. His knuckles kind of scrape ineffectually against the shield, and he loses his balance a bit. Normally, he would have another attack, but because of that, he doesn't get it. So that's his turn. And then
Can I scream or do I have to wait for my turn?
you have to wait for your turn for that. No, I think speaking is like a free action or something.
I scream.
It's shrill. Okay, so then the guy with the crossbow, he did not like getting hit with that arrow, so he's going to go after Bly. But he only gets an 8 to hit, so I don't think that hits you. This is all happening so fast, his shot just kind of goes wide.
That wouldn't even hit me.
Yay!
So that was their turn, and now it's Skara's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna target the dude who tried to are both the boss dude and the dude who tried to beat up Ben essentially like right in front of us.
Yeah, like, you're kind of right next to Tlawin, and the boss guy came up to you, and the brass knuckle guy came up to Tlawin, so you're all in like the same vicinity.
Okay, I assume boss guy's closer to me, so I'll target him. Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. I like reached my hand out to grab the die and then realizing that I'm using an electronic dice system and I'm like, whoa, that was weird. I just rolled a nat 20.
Okay. So you definitely hit him, and you remember how that works. You double all damage dice.
So I have a 1d8, so would I roll a 2d8?
Yes.
I can't make this up. That felt good. I'm just like, this is for the kitty. So I would add 2d8 plus the proficiency and plus my strength modifier. That's
Not
right.
proficiency, just plus the modifier.
Okay. So I would do 11. That would be 15 damage, and I mean, I could do more damage if I wanted to be super diesel. Because I could do my divine smite. I think how it works is if I hit, I can cast it using a spell slot for additional damage, if I'm being right about that.
Yeah, I looked at that, and I think the wording isn't completely clear, but I'd say that you can use it that way, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and use my spell slot and use my divine smite.
For the cat.
Yeah, for the cat! So that's
You call upon your god to smite them for the cat.
So let's say 15 for that initial one, and I'm going to roll another 2d8 for the divine smite right now. So I'm going to roll that. So that's another 9 damage.
Okay. Man, here I was thinking, oh man, is this going to be too tough? Wow. Okay, so this guy...
I totally pulverize him.
Well, he's still hanging out, but Divine Smite, is that lightning or something? Or it's just
radiant.
Radiant? Okay. So basically what happens is you swing your axe, and not only does it hit and like cut into his flesh, but it also kind of detonates like an explosion almost of light. And this guy is like completely stunned. He's looking pretty beat up right now.
And I'm just like, ah! For the kitty! I feel pretty good.
Okay, then
is
it's...
that me?
Yeah, that's Tlalowan's turn.
I'm like, can we maybe talk about this now? Is this guy capable of responding, or is he just...
He kind of rubs his chin with his fist and wiping some blood, smearing some blood across his face. And he's just like, this doesn't change. You give us the cat.
And I'm like, no!
Never.
Could I try to do a persuasion check, or is this too plotty?
You can always try to do a persuasion check.
Okay, and that's what, a minor action?
I believe so.
Okay, so I'm like...
I'd call it like he could do that and an attack move if he doesn't seem to be persuaded.
Right.
I'm like, okay, so we should like put down our weapons and agree to talk about this cat situation the way that people normally talk about cat situations without killing each other.
We don't need to kill you. You just need to give the cat to us, and we won't hurt you.
Just, like, talk about how we could, you know... Like, for example, maybe you could explain what the deal is with this cat, because it's definitely not normal, because otherwise it would be saying more than meow because of the magic that I'm using. So, like, could we maybe just have a common, reasonable discussion about what in the world is going on here? And I did roll a 19.
And he's like, give us the cat.
He kind of looks down at the ground and runs his hand through his hair. He's just kind of like, we need that cat.
Can't you explain why?
We just need it.
Look, we both agree this is ridiculous, right? So
Yes!
So give us the cat, and it'll be
I'm
done!
And I'm like, Mr. Kitty doesn't want to go with you.
The cat lets out a high-pitched meow.
And I'm like, I would be happy to give him back, but Mr. Kitty doesn't seem to trust you, and I don't want to give him back to someone who might hurt him.
Yeah, you're also doing all this fighting still clinging to him, I assume? Somehow?
Yeah.
Well, you've used
He's
one...
like clinging into my beard
Right,
or
yeah.
something.
Like, you were holding him, but now one hand is holding an axe, the other a shield, so he's just kind of like desperately clinging into your beard.
Yeah, I feel like I like kind of did this, like, kind of tucked him into like my bosom or something. And I'm like, you ain't getting him that easy. That's why cats like me.
Yeah.
And this nice beard / bosom combination going on.
The guy's just kind of like, who are you people? Just like drop the cat and run like normal people would when you're attacked. Jeez.
And I'm like, my morals don't allow me. I'm lawful good.
And I'm like, my flaw is I overlook obvious solutions in favor of complicated ones.
And I'm just like, I'm with them. So
I'm like, why are you with us anyway?
I don't even know anymore.
You're like, this is more entertaining than anything else.
And it's really entertaining.
Oh yeah, so do you want healing or should I save that?
Me? I'm
Yeah.
good. I still got 14 hit points.
Okay. I could inspire somebody, but maybe we should save that for... Well, I have 4 uses. Hey, do either of you want to be inspired? I say...
Give it to Laura. She's next.
Okay, Laura, I'm going to inspire you.
Okay. Inspire me.
Yeah, okay, so I'm strumming and I'm like, hey, you can use that long bow. Bow that bow. Shoot those arrows. You're
Long,
so
that
cool.
long.
long. You're so strong with the long bow. Oh no. Whoa. Bly. You are so spry. Your arrows will fly. My.
I'm really impressed by that.
I actually am legit inspired.
Yay. So I guess that's my turn, right?
That was a bonus action.
Oh, that's a bonus action?
Inspiration is as well
Oh.
as healing word.
Those were...
Oh.
Oh. Okay. I don't really want to use all my spells, any more of my spell slots right now, so I guess
Stab
I'll
someone.
just poke someone. I
Who
prefer
do
to
you
call it
poke?
poking. I'm gonna poke the brass knuckles guy because he tried to hurt me and he's scary. So I just look away and I thrust out my arm and go like, poke. So I roll d20 to try to hit,
Yep.
Yeah.
plus my strength mod, which is 0.
Plus your dex mod. Because
plus
you're
my
using
dex
a
mod.
rapier, and
Oh,
plus
right.
your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so plus 4. I rolled a 9.
Total.
Yes, total.
Since you're not looking, it just kind of like glances off this guy's armor, and he just kind of looks down and shrugs.
That's hilarious.
I open one eye and look back. And then close it again. Oh, I also make a noise like, "Ugh."
And I'm like, Laura, use your inspiration. Don't forget. Do you have to declare it before or after your roll? I forgot.
Okay, so you make your roll, and then before I tell you whether it hits or not, you can decide whether to add your inspiration. So
Okay.
if you roll kind of low, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to use my inspiration on this, you can do that and tell me the total.
Okay.
How long does the inspiration last again?
10 minutes.
Okay. That's how long speaking with animals lasts, too.
Not cool. You can speak to all the animals on our way back, assuming we get out of this fight alive.
I'm gonna go after the dude that Ben failed to damage.
Okay, so brass knuckles guy.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
21.
21 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
9.
Okay, so you get in another solid shot, pulling back another arrow on your longbow and releasing it at this guy. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay. So it's the thug's turn again, and the one with the crossbow is now going to like he saw that gigantic hit that you made, Skara, and like he's going to be like, oh man, my boss needs help, and he's going to shoot towards you.
Okay, bring it.
Oh man, they're rolling poorly. So he rolled a 5. So he's just like really overwhelmed today. He's missing everything.
He's like, this is not my day.
Yeah.
Now I feel bad for him.
You don't have
He's
too
like-
much time to feel bad, because then the guy with the brass knuckles, he's still up in your face, Tlawin, and he's going to attack you. And let's see, Anna, is your ability always active?
I assume it's always active because it's like a class thing. Let me double check. It doesn't say whether it's once or forever. It's
What's
just
it?
one of my fighting styles. So I assume it's
Forever.
What's the ability
Forever.
called? We could Google it.
protection.
I'm just going to say that it just keeps going.
Yeah, that's why I chose it. Because I was like, those bushes did a number on Ben.
Yeah, which, seems smart that you chose it, because we're in a similar situation now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus the other ones seem that, it's not like they're a one-time deal. The other ones also seem like it's a sustained kind of perk.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, why do I keep standing? Well, actually, I guess it's a good thing I keep standing next to you.
So this guy rolled a 13 to hit, Tlawin.
I think that is my ace. Yeah, that is my ace.
So that hits.
Yeah, that would hit.
And he's going to roll an 8, which doesn't. So you take 3 damage.
Oh.
So he just like clips you on the chin with his brass knuckles.
And you're like, ow.
I'm like, no, I like that. I like my chin. I have a cute chin.
Okay, the
It
boss.
has.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, it has a goatee. I was remembering the. Yeah. He has a goatee. He clipped my goatee with his knuckles.
I see.
Now there's blood in my goatee. I'm upset.
Okay, now the boss guy. He's actually. You're not holding on to the cat anymore, so he's going to kind of try to grab it from you.
He's gonna grab Beard. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Oh.
I'm going to
If
say
he,
this is like a grapple check, so um,
sure.
you can try to roll, says athletics or acrobatics, whichever you
I
choose.
will
And
roll athletics because my strength modifier is
yeah,
higher.
and he didn't roll that well. He rolled a 12.
Well, I rolled a 14.
Okay, so like you see him going in for the grab, and you're like, nope. And I assume like you lean back, and like the cat is still attached to your beard. I don't know, some matrixy thing.
Yeah, just like.
Um,
Maybe they use the shield. I don't know.
so anyway, that failed, and that's the end of his turn. So now it's Skara's turn again.
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna beat you up for trying to hurt Mr. Kitty. I love Mr. Kitty immediately. Okay, so I rolled a 10. Does that hit him?
Oh,
Probably not.
your axe just kind of scrapes against his armor. It's just leather armor, but you still didn't get a good swing in, so it doesn't
Okay.
hit.
I'm gonna see if my. Of course, I probably should have written down if my spells are like actions or minor actions or whatever you want to consider them. So let me look up this real quick. Oh, okay. This is a bonus action, so I can use that. Okay, so I'm going to use my other remaining spell slot to cast Shield of Faith on Ben, which means you get a +2 AC for 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
It's not gonna help my chin at this point, though.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but maybe it'll help the rest of your chin hairs. Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay.
Why are you able to grow such a much more magnificent beard than me?
And I'm like, it's the potassium from the potatoes. I don't know if potatoes have potassium, actually.
It's the potatoasium.
Do potatoes have potassium?
Are we looking this up right now?
Maybe. Yeah, potatoes have a lot of potassium, by the way.
Good to know. Tlawin, it's your turn.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like, you guys are mean. And maybe I will use a spell after all. Although I've already used one of my spell slots, so that means I only have one left. But I could use Bane if I remember how that works. I'm looking up how it works because I totally forgot. It's an action. Its material component is a drop of blood.
Oh.
We're not worrying about this, right?
I mean, you're probably bleeding from your
Oh,
chin.
right. I'm like, thanks. I'm gonna use this blood against you guys.
No, you're Arhu acts as a spell focus, so you don't
Oh,
have
right.
to, worry about the minor components like that.
Well, take a little bit of blood from my chin and I throw it at them anyway, just because I'm like, ha.
Okay.
Up to three
Okay.
creatures of your choice. Guess who? That you can see. I can see all of them, right? Within
I would
range.
say yes.
Within 30 feet. Are they all within 30 feet?
The one with the crossbow might be a little too far away.
Well, then I guess the other two. They have to make charisma saving throws.
Trying to beat what?
It just says they must make charisma saving throws. If they fail the saving throw, then whenever they make an attack roll or a saving throw within the next minute, they have to roll a d4 and subtract that from their attack roll or saving throw.
Okay.
But
this-
your spell
this-
DC on your sheet, on your character sheet.
Oh. I have a
Should be a spell
oh,
save DC.
spell save DC is 14.
Okay. The leader succeeds, and the guy right in front of you fails. Minus how
Subtract
much?
a d4 from attack rolls and saving throws.
Okay.
I guess you roll a d4 each time,
I suppose.
and that's for 1 minute.
Okay.
So how long is a turn?
A turn is 6 seconds.
Okay, so 10 turns.
Yeah.
That's a while. Okay, so that was an action.
Okay, so that's the end of your turn.
Are your inspirations free?
Do you want me to give you do you want me to inspire you too?
Sure.
That was a bonus, right? Okay. Scara is scary. Be scary to the scary people too.
I love it. I'm so inspired. Is Mr. Kitty inspired?
He is looking freaked out. He's just trying to cling on because you
Oh.
are moving every which way. And
Probably why I missed last time.
yeah.
I was like, oh.
And it's a pity they want the kitty.
Okay, so if that's the end of your turn, then it's Bly's turn again.
Who are you gonna shoot?
Please don't pick me.
Pick Ben.
He does have that extra, like, shield up now, so
Oh, that's true.
you can, like, test out how effective it is.
Okay, so Ben just sang a song,
Yeah.
and
He
how many?
inspired me this time around.
Yeah, but you still have the inspiration you had last time unless you used it.
I don't think she
I
did.
didn't use it last time.
So you still have that.
I still have it. Okay.
So right now the setup is the boss guy with the mace is, you know, kind of up towards Skara and is looking pretty bad. There's a guy with brass knuckles right up at Tlawin and a guy with a crossbow, and both of those you shot with an arrow.
Yeah, they're probably not too happy about any of this.
True. I'm gonna go after the dude with the crossbow. Again. Oh, I rolled a nat 20.
Yes!
It's really not his day.
Yeah, no.
That's awesome.
He just has this resigned look on his face as you, like, punch him with an arrow. So roll damage, double the dice that you use.
10.
And that's
Cool.
plus your dex mod.
Plus the dex mod is 16. It was 5 at first. Plus the dex mod is 8. So 16.
Wait, what?
I doubled it without adding the dexterity modification.
So you double the dice and then add the mod.
And then you add
Yeah.
it. Okay, 13.
And I think you just roll the dice twice, right?
That's how I do it. I think people do it
Yeah,
different ways.
That's how I've been doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Should I redo it then?
Well, you can keep the one that you did, and
Okay.
you can just roll another one.
Okay, so that's 14.
14 damage.
I continue to feel bad for him. But not the knuckles guy.
Yeah, so this guy, like, he can tell this is coming. He has this, like, completely resigned look, and Bly's arrow just kind of punches through his armor, gout of blood, and he's looking fairly bad now.
I just imagine this like awesome like like the finishing moves or whatever in like fighting games where it like zooms in on like Bly and she's just like Rah!
That's exactly how it happened.
Yep.
Yep. And it's like finish him.
Okay, so now it's the thug's turn again. So the guy with the crossbow sighs and notches another bolt and like just tries to go after Bly. He actually got a 16. What's your AC?
17.
17. So, like, at first, like, his eyes widen in surprise. It's like, oh man, it's going to hit. But then, like, it hits your armor and, like, bounces off, and he just gets that resigned look again.
Loser.
You, like, do that L on your forehead. You're just like...
Does that stand for loser or lizard folk?
And for loser when I do it to somebody else.
But when you're but he like, I just meant sincere being like, ha, I'm a lizard folk. You can't get my armor because I'm lizardy like that. I guess that didn't work as well as I thought it would.
Let's see, I have another question about that protection ability. That's just for someone else, right? Like, if someone's attacking you?
Yeah, then they do not... I do not believe it would function. It would just be if they attack someone else.
Okay.
Are you gonna attack me?
The guy with the mace sure is. He is, getting kind of frantic. Like, he tried grabbing the cat, that didn't work, so he's just going to wail on you. Or at least try to.
Okay.
So, his first attack, is a 19.
So that hits.
Okay. And
Ugh.
then his second attack is a 16.
That misses.
Okay, so just the one attack. He gets in 7 damage on you.
Okay. Wait, let me do the math. Okay. Being healed would probably be nice then.
So, it's like,
Okay.
not much of you is very hittable. You have like this giant shield on one arm, a cat down your middle. It seems like he doesn't really want to hit the cat, and like,
Yeah.
your sword arm. So he kind of like gets in a blow to your arm, and it's a pretty heavy blow.
Like, oh man.
And then against Tlawin is the guy with the brass knuckles.
No, I stick my arms over my chin.
Don't worry. Even though I'm just like got hit in the freaking arm, I'm just like I'll protect you. Just like blam.
Okay, so he got a 19 to hit. Oh wait. He got a 17 to hit. Had to take into account the Bane. I think your AC is 15 right now, so that still hits.
Because of the thing, yeah.
Yeah. But he only got one
I'm
hit
like,
in.
I'm really well defended.
So,
I'm really well defended, but I'm only defending my chin, so...
so he sees that, and he punches you in the chest. Like
Ouch.
right in the ribs for 4 damage.
Oh, I might need healing. Because I'm down to 6 hit points.
Oh man. I mean, I can use an action to heal too, though I don't know if I can use that myself.
Well, it is your turn, Skara, so you can decide.
I feel I'm gonna try and take out the leader guy. Because I'm crazy.
How? What's your health at?
I'm at 7.
Okay.
Oh, you're better than me.
Yeah, and I think Laura has a Healy dude too.
I do.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, and I feel like we're pretty close, maybe. Okay, so I got a. Wait, let me add all the. Why does addition suddenly get like so much more difficult? I got a 15, and I just in case I'm gonna use my inspiration. Maybe I don't need it, but I'll do it anyway. Okay, so
You
17.
can do it, you can do it, you can do it, woo!
Okay, so you do hit him. Roll for damage.
Okie doke. Let me. I rolled very well. 11. I got an 11.
Okay, so, out of curiosity, do you picture your axe as being double-bladed or like just blade on one side?
Just on the one side.
Okay, so you kind of like use the blunt back of it and get in a good solid hit across his head, and he kind of goes sprawling and is unconscious now.
Yeah. And I'm just like.
That is your war cry.
And I'm like,
Sure.
what language is that?
Okay, and I just kind of maybe securely reattach the cat, who's probably like, ah!
Yeah, the cat
Aw.
kind of like actually fell on the ground after you got that last hit in, but you kind of like pick him up and put him back in your beard.
Good.
Okay,
Okay.
so
That's
that's
my
your turn.
turn.
Okay, then it's Tlawin's turn. There is now an unconscious guy in front of Skara. There is a very conscious guy in front of you with brass knuckles, and there is a very sad archer kind of off to the side.
So I'm like, okay, people, now that your leader's down, do you maybe want to like try talking about this? I also back away from the guy with the knuckles.
Do you actually back away? Because he would get in an opportunity
Oh.
attack.
Okay, I sort of lean backwards. But yeah, I'm talking to like, now that your leader's down, do you maybe just want to like talk about what's going on and what the deal is? Because I don't think we need to keep bashing each other. And I know something's up.
The two of them kind of look at each other. The guy with the crossbow just looks resigned and kind of shrugs. The other guy says, We can't really tell you that, but we need that cat, please.
I could roll persuasion, but I feel like I should just heal people.
You tell that to them. They nod.
They're like, we get it.
Of course, that it's a bonus action, but if I want to heal both Anna and me, that would use up all the rest of my spell slots. So, should I just heal me, or do you really want me to heal you, or do you think you can heal yourself?
I can heal too.
Yeah, Laura has a thingy. Isn't
Yeah.
Laura after Ben? I don't actually remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, so why don't you heal yourself, and then Laura, I'll take your heal if you can. You would have to move next to me, I think, to cure wounds.
Okay.
Oh yeah, whereas mine is actually ranged, but
Yeah, I would have to be able to touch you.
so it's 1d4 plus 4, so and my d4 is lost, but I'll roll my d6 and ignore 5s or 6s and re-roll those if necessary. So, okay, that's so I regained 7, which is exactly the number that I was down.
Yay! So you're back to full.
Yeah.
Great.
Miraculously, my goatee is pristine again, except for the blood.
And you have dripped blood all over your outfit too, and your outfit is also kind of like torn and dirty from yesterday. It just
We're going to need to see if we can find a washer person.
Yeah, we probably don't want to go wandering around in our like blood-stained clothes.
Especially when I try to apply to the bard school.
What if it makes you look cooler?
Yeah, you look tough.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, depending on the type of bard school, I guess I could impress them with an epic tale about my prowess.
Well, if that was a bonus action, does that mean you can stab these two?
Yeah, I could. I could still stab, yes. And wait, actually, I forgot. Since I did the healing and I did Bane earlier, and I've actually expended all my spells. I missed one earlier.
Womp womp. Well, so then you wouldn't have been able to heal both of us.
Yeah, so it's a good thing I didn't.
well, thank you for catching that. Also, I
Stab.
feel like you can only do one bonus action per turn. Anyway.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stab. I'm like, you're mean. And then
I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he said last time, too.
So that's I add dex and proficiency. So that's a 16.
Okay, that hits.
I hit someone, I say excitedly.
As you like stab him right through the like ah.
So that's a d8 plus a 2, that's 5 damage.
Okay, so you just kind of like stab him in the shoulder, and he looks at you like, "What'd you do that for?"
Because you punished me. This doesn't make. I thought
You
that
stole our
makes sense.
cat.
We didn't steal him. The cat was running away from you, I say.
But why can't we just talk about what's up with the cat? It won't say anything other than meow.
Why can't you just give the cat back?
The cat doesn't want to go back.
So you're prioritizing animals over people. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, we're not killing you. It's fine.
I mean,
this is a poor, defenseless animal that can't, like, reason or whatever. You can choose to walk away from this fight.
I mean, the animal's cute, and I don't actually know if you're cute because it was never described, but...
He's the most beautiful man ever.
Yeah, he's completely gorgeous.
Yeah,
I feel
other than,
conflicted.
like, the clipped, like, shoulder. And, like, the arrow that's still, like, half sticking out of his armor or whatever.
Oh, so I'm like, hey, so I know we were, like, fighting, but are you doing anything tonight?
Yeah, taking my cat back home.
You want to take anything else back home? Wink.
All your money? Is this a trick question? I don't get it.
And I'm like, see, you must be bad. Why do you want our money?
He was asking if I wanted to take anything else back home. I was like, if you're offering, sure. Anyway, it's Bly's turn.
Well, I also I don't believe a word he says.
The 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 people who are trying to get the cat back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't really believe that he's the cutest guy in the world.
But I'm like, nah, that's not gonna work on me.
I bet the archer is cuter. I say it out loud.
No, she's just like, oh my god, why?
So my cure wounds spell is 1 action. So is that my whole turn when I use the spell? Just wondering.
Yeah, I don't know if you have any abilities that are bonus actions, but you can do movement, so you can like go up to Skara, and your action would be like either attacking or a spell or something like that.
Go up to Scar and attack her.
What?
Right. I actually don't like the cat.
No.
Okay, I'll move up to Skara to.
Movement would be more precise if we had like a board, but I'm just kind of like, yeah, you're close enough.
I just gotta reach out and touch her. Then do I roll a d20 to see if
I think I just get it.
Yeah, like
You
what
just-
does the spell say?
It's 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier.
yeah.
So,
And what does she use for spells?
okay, for rangers, wisdom is your spell casting ability, which makes sense. That's why it's so high.
And I'm pretty sure I'm not undead or a construct, so it would work on me.
I don't know. Plot twist.
That's what I'm thinking is, yeah, it's my wisdom modifier.
Yeah, because it's not like your spell save DC or attack modifier. So,
I rolled a 7 for Anna.
Yay.
Yay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
all right. So now it's the thugs again.
No.
Oh, such a quiet no.
Guy with the crossbow is going to go after Bly again in this ranged battle.
No.
No, not the cute one.
And your armor class you said before was 17?
Mhm.
Okay, so he actually just hits you. And he is like super stunned about this. Like he hits you and like his eyes go wide and you take 1 damage.
Oh my god, seriously?
Nice.
Sorry. Okay.
I really like this character now.
His eyes go wide. It's like, yeah, he hit. And then it like just barely pierces your armor and just a tiny trickle of blood comes out and he like goes back to being super resigned. It's like, oh,
Oh,
right. Story of my life.
man.
I shout, there, to him. I shout, it'll be okay, to him.
Okay. Now, the guy with the brass knuckles, I swear he's got no chance to hit at all because his buddy's down, so he has disadvantage and minus the d4. Okay, so 12 does not hit, and
Yeah.
3 does not hit. So, like, he kind of, he's been thrown off a little bit. Things aren't going his way. He swings both times and misses you both times. And that's their turn. So now it's Scar's turn again.
Okay.
I stick
Am
out
I
my tongue at
able?
him.
Am I able to reach Brass Knuckles guy without moving?
Now that the boss guy is down, then yeah, I'd say that you could get to him pretty easily.
Just like stab him. I guess I wouldn't really be stabbing with an axe.
You could try.
Okay, yeah, so I guess I'll go after him. Emily, you're gonna hate me.
Did you get a nat 20 again?
I did. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh. Okay. Roll double damage.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Why are you apologizing for getting a critical
I
hit?
feel bad.
We're not really very into the competitive spirit, are we?
Yeah, I did 11 damage.
Okay. He's still up. He's looking pretty bad now. Like, he was kind of so focused on Tlawin that he didn't necessarily notice you kind of swing around and go at him. You hit his arm. There's like a spray of blood. It's not too deep, like you aren't trying to kill him or anything, so it's fairly shallow, but it's still like he's looking pretty bad at this point. Okay.
Yay!
Yeah.
Then it's
Okay. Yep, it's whoever's next.
Me.
Tlawin.
Yeah, so I look at him and I'm like, I don't like you.
You're
And
not cute enough.
yeah, I like the archer instead because he hasn't shot any arrows at me. And I like his expressions that he makes. I'm not very good at trash talking. I rolled a 19.
You sound so like, what? But that hits.
You're like amazed that you managed to roll that high or something.
Yeah, plus I started speaking while I was counting my bonuses. Then I do 9 damage.
As you're trash talking this guy, saying that the archer's cuter, you also like get in a stab to his other shoulder, I guess, and it's enough. He kind of like he goes down. He's lost a bit of blood, not life-threatening, but at this point, he can't fight anymore.
Okay, so I turn to the archer and I'm like, so can we maybe talk about this now?
Cat situation.
Should I try rolling? Should I roll intimidation, actually? Would that be more appropriate? Although my intimidation's not as good, but...
Oh god, it hurts.
Emily, what should I roll something here?
If you want to.
Which would you suggest rolling?
Why are you asking the DM?
That
Oh, I
Somehow-
meant which would be appropriate for the situation.
it depends on how fed up you are. Like if you're just like, we should talk now.
Depends
you
on
could-
your character.
Oh, well then I'll just use persuasion. Like, so can we talk now? And I roll a 19.
He sighs and is just kind of like, well, this is stupid, but orders are orders. So, guess I'll go down fighting for a cat. Yay.
Or like orders. Whose orders?
Oh no, I've said too much.
He's like, whatever, I don't even care anymore.
I'm like, Bly, use insight.
Game.
Why? It doesn't seem like he's just like, yeah, yep. We were sent after a cat. I'm pretty pissed off at the situation.
I'm
I
like,
mean,
you
you
could
can if you
defect.
want, Laura.
I'm like, you could defect to our side. We're nice. We attack people over cats.
I make potato tea.
Can I
We
roll?
also,
Can I roll for intimidation to see if he just tells us everything?
Sure.
Yeah, it's
go for
the
it.
end of Tlaloen's turn now, so it's your turn.
Okay.
Do it, Laura.
Does she still have my inspiration, or did she use that?
I don't think she ever used it.
Yeah, I haven't used that, and that's +2.
It's plus a 1d6. So you roll an additional d6.
So if you roll poorly on intimidation and you want to use that, you could.
Okay. So plus the inspiration, it's 16.
He seems to consider for a moment, then takes off running the other way.
Oh.
Yeah. I shoot him. Put him down.
I'm like, aw, I wanted to ask him out.
And I'm just like, oh man, these guys are bleeding. Maybe we should like patch them up.
We'll probably follow them by their trail of blood.
Any chance that we can chase after the archer guy to try to... I guess it probably would be smarter to try to interrogate these people who are more at our mercy and like actually here. I also have talked to animals, so if there's any other animals around, I could ask them if they know anything. Are there any other animals around?
Considering that there's just been like a big fight, I'll say there's still like a crow hanging out looking at you curiously. But like all the other animals have fled right now.
Oh. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, hey, crow.
Yo,
did you-
crow! My homie.
Did you see anything about where these 3 men came from?
The crow thinks for a bit. Nope. Got any snacks?
And I'm like, I got a potato.
I asked the crow if it wants a potato.
Give it a potato.
I don't actually know what crows eat.
Google, can crows eat potatoes? I'm doing it. Crows eat. Oh my god, it's one of the first questions that pops up in autofill.
So either a lot of people search for that or it knows you too well.
This says that they can.
Okay, so the crow says, sure.
Okay. So I give it a potato.
And it pecks at it.
And I'm like, great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I feel bad for these guys we just pulverized, so I do bind their wounds, though very tightly, so as like
Do
it's
you
one of
wanna-
like it's a combination of like binding their wounds and then like also like binding their like feet and arms so that they can't like hurt us.
I'm like, weren't we supposed to meet some people?
I can roll from like medicine or whatever if you want, Emily.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. Go ahead.
Sure. I rolled a 3.
Oh no.
I tried.
Yeah, you kind of like, since you're trying to do both things at once, you don't do a very good job of actually binding the wounds. Like, blood is still kind of seeping out, but you made some pretty bows.
Oh, that's something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
I offer you a high five.
I give a high five back. And I'm like, okay, Blythe, do you think we should go after that one dude, or should we, like... I mean, I feel bad about this cat. It looks scared. I assume the cat still looks scared.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should go to safety first.
It
so
like
that...
crawls up your beard onto your shoulder.
Maybe we should meet with the Carson Tarsus we were supposed to meet with.
Yeah, I vote we just walk away with the cat.
Okay.
I just
We
don't
just, like, leave these losers on the ground.
Oh, while I'm talking to the crow, I asked the crow if it's ever been to that big building with all the dead humans.
Oh yeah, that's a fun place.
Okay, I should ask it questions that are related. Did you ever see this one guy put in there who was really fine clothes, lots of sparkly stuff on him, but he had this weird white rot on him? Did you ever see that?
The crow kind of like ruffles its feathers. I mean, lots of shinies, but people who go there don't rot, so no.
Well, I described the guy that we saw with the white rot in more detail and asked if the crow thinks it saw that guy.
I think I saw that guy. He didn't have any white rot on him then, though.
Interesting.
Did you see if he had a ring? It would have been a nice shiny thing around his finger.
Or a necklace, I say. A nice shiny thing around his neck.
Oh yeah, I remember the shinies.
Well, I'm not hearing this.
Okay, well, I'm translating. We can just assume that I translate everything.
Okay.
So there was the ring, the shiny thing in the loop around the finger. Was that broken?
That was a long time ago. Like so long ago. Like a week ago.
So long ago. Oh my god.
Oh, right. This is a crow.
Yeah.
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 But crows are smart birds. It was broken.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, thank you, Crow.
Was there anything unusual that you noticed, or was it pretty much the same procedure they usually go through when they stick a body there?
No one came to visit the guy. I don't know, maybe he was unpopular.
Doo-doo-doo. Meanwhile, there's like people being like, what's with all those like unconscious people and this guy like talking to a crow?
Yeah, by now a couple people have like kind of wandered past and they just kind of stare and keep going.
Did you ever see that guy before he was dead?
Yeah.
Where did you see him?
He went to the fancy place with the people with all the shinies.
We're like, and I'm like, I do enjoy me a fancy place with all the shinies.
Okay. Did he seem healthy at that point?
Yeah.
And what was this long before you saw him dead, or was this pretty soon before?
I don't keep track of people too much, but
I can tell you anything you want about crows.
If you think really hard, we might give you another potato.
I mean, I think one potato is a pretty big size for a single
yeah,
crow.
like the freaking size of its like head.
Oh.
More like his entire body.
Right.
Oh, are crows that small? Or are my potatoes that big?
Well, I mean, I think of crows as being smaller, like, than ravens.
That's
I
true.
don't know. I don't go around measuring crows. Not too often, anyway.
I could Google are crows
But
bigger
yeah,
than
it
potatoes?
says the raven is about 1.5 feet, and the American crow is half of that. It's 0.7 feet.
Yeah.
Are crows bigger than potatoes?
And I'm assuming that you have, fairly sizable russets or something. Not like
Yeah,
fingerling potatoes.
no. I have hefty potato.
So,
Okay.
is there anything
Yeah,
else you want to ask the crow?
I think we're good.
I think so.
Have you seen this woman who wore a whole lot of uh like cloaky stuff and she turned from being old to being young? Or the other way around?
What'd she look like from the top down?
Uh
We're like,
cloaky?
black.
There are various people like that.
Oh, right, there would
Yeah.
be.
Hmm.
Okay, well thanks for your help.
Thanks
I
for the
hope you
food.
enjoy your enjoy your potato.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, and tell your crow friends to be nice to us.
Okay.
I don't know when they've ever been not nice to us.
Just in case. It's good to have friends in high places.
But, psst,
Okay,
that
let's.
is because it's a crow and it can fly. Silence.
I mean, yes, I got it. I said it.
Well, I'm like, oh, because it's a crow and the crows can fly. That's what I learned in preschool.
Okay, so your plan was to just, leave the people there and go on to Parse's house?
Well, I did my best in tying like nice bows on them. So,
Yeah,
unless you guys think we should do anything more.
I'm out of spells. And I could try medicining them, but I'm probably even worse at it. I look over them and I'm like, so, like, medicine. And I roll medicine. I rolled a 1, not a natural 1.
And you're like, nice bows.
I
So,
make more bows.
yeah, you just, take some excess bandages and tie even more bows around them. Looks pretty nice. They have, bow on their head, bow across their mouth.
Yeah. I also write a little note.
What's gonna like walk into this and be like, what the hell did this walk into?
I also
a couple of bystanders have kind of stopped and are whispering to each other and looking over at you guys.
I also write a little note.
Okay, we should leave.
I write a little note saying, "Tell your archer friend that I think he's cute," and I sign it, "The guy with the goatee that you smashed," and I stow that in there.
Perfect. Okay, we just kind of leave this.
Yep.
I feel like I'm good in the sense that I'm like, yeah, this cat was worth saving, and like I did what I could with these guys, so.
We're so heroic.
I know, we're so this is beautiful. Yeah, so I assume we head back to Pars's place.
Yeah.
Okay.
We walk away with the cat, right?
I mean, I'm not like preventing the cat from. Last I heard, it was hanging out on my shoulder.
Yeah, he's on your shoulder right now.
Okay,
So
so
I'm
the
like,
cat-
cat, you can come with us if you want.
I should have asked the crow if it ever saw the cat before. Is the crow still there?
It's flown off.
Okay, let's go.
The potato, just like, oh, flap.
Ooh, a flying potato.
So it doesn't take you too long to get to Pars's house. You know, before when you escorted him back, Tarsus had given you directions to a nearby inn, so you're pretty close. And, you know, all that ruckus didn't really take too long.
This is like 10 minutes tops.
Did they hear anything, or was it too far away?
I mean, it's still like a few streets down.
Okay.
And you like climb to the top of the hill on Question Mark Street.
Well, at least Scar and I are pretty bloody. How's Bly holding up?
I mean, I was healed
Oh.
pretty okay. I mean, I guess there's blood on me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at full
Bly's-
hit points, but I
Bly's
figured...
all right. She only had 1 hit point of damage.
I figured there's still blood on me and on my clothes.
We're like, we should also probably get somewhere so we could, like, maybe attempt to clean this off.
Yeah, well, you're pretty close to Pars's house. So you...
Oh, we could ask him about the cat, too. Maybe he might know something.
Yeah.
So you approach his house. Go ahead and roll perception checks.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
I rolled a 11.
I rolled a nat 20.
Oh my god.
You see everything!
Yay.
And it wasn't even that important either. It's just, sorry.
What do your elven eyes see, Laura?
You look up and, you know, on the same building that she was watching you from before, you see Tarsus hanging out, and she, like, raises a hand to you as you walk up to Pars's house and then, like, drops down from the building.
She was probably just, like, waiting for us to come by.
Yeah.
And you're like, I saw you from 5 minutes ago.
I saw her while we were doing our little battle.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, we could have pointed her out to the crowd.
So I'm like, hey, we rescued this cat. I point the cat out to her. His name is Mr. Kitty.
Good job, I
I'm like-
suppose. What'd you rescue him from? Fleas?
I'm like, we need a better name for that cat.
And I'm like, it's Mr. Kitty until we figure out a first name.
He should be Sir Kitty the Brave.
All he did was hide in Scar's beard while we were fighting.
Yeah, there are these dudes. I described them. And they want the cat back, but the cat seems scared. So I was like, well, no.
I'm already composing an
And then
epic
they just,
about
like-
it.
Pulled their weapons out on us, and we were like, whoa.
Brave beard kitty, brave beard kitty. It's
And
a
I
work in progress.
reenact the battle, including the, like, nat 20 that, like, exploded or whatever.
The
You know,
cat-
with the sound effects.
The cat,
Yeah.
like, struggles to hang on as you do that.
I helpfully note that I actually hit someone.
And I'm like, oh, sorry, Mr. Kitty. I just got excited recalling our adventure.
Tarsus is kind of like not too subtle at this whole new to the city thing, are you?
And I'm like, I'm about as subtle as a potato. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't have to.
I'm like, I'm just
I
trying.
feel like all the like what's it called? You know how like proverbs that like I was ever handed down by like my parents and grandparents always had something to do with potatoes, even if they didn't make any sense.
A potato in the hand is worth two in the bush.
Yeah. And I'd be like, oh.
The
So
early bird
wise.
gets the potato.
Yeah, like with the crow.
Tarsus kind of points her thumb at the door. It's like, can you tell your friend that we're here?
Yeah,
Sure.
I cast the message spell to say, hey, it's us. Also, we have a cat. It's not our cat, but we have a cat.
It's nice.
Short while
Also,
later.
we're covered in blood.
So I assume that, like, you gave that message and, a short while later you start to hear the bolts clicking back and then you add on, also we're covered in blood, and, like, the clicking stops for a moment and then slowly resumes. And he opens the door and kind of, like, peers out. And
We're like, hey, it's us. And here's the cat.
I'm just trying to have a good story to tell the people at the Bard College once I actually get there.
what happened? It's only morning.
And I'm like, we'll explain inside.
Okay, so you all go inside, and I assume
And I
that you explain.
Yeah. Oh, and I also tell them that we got some useful intel from a crow.
And
I
I'm like,
forget to mention that this is because of a spell that I have.
well, do you mention that the cat's like weird because you couldn't talk to the cat?
Yeah, but I actually, I guess you'll have to do that because I'm not thinking about it.
And I'm like, but apparently he could talk to the cat. The cat just meowed. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe something weird and magical going on with this cat. His name's
Yeah.
Mr. Kitty, by the way.
Maybe you should use your poison detecty stone on the cat just in case.
All right. He kind of like fumbles out his transmuter stone and like holds it to the cat. Like the cat waits patiently, but the stone doesn't change.
Well, it's not
Okay.
poisoned.
It was worth a shot.
Good. Now I can lick the cat.
You can groom him for him.
I'm falling out of my chair again.
Excellent.
So I'm like, I don't know. Have you heard of something that can do that? I don't know anything about magic, by the way, so I'm just kind of like, seemed like weird enough to point it out, but just fine with him being a kitty too.
Yeah, like I was wondering if it's not really a normal cat.
Maybe it's a rosemary bush in disguise.
Ooh,
How is Rosemary doing, by the way?
very well.
Send my regards.
You can visit if you want.
Okay, I do that while you do whatever you're doing.
So, do you just like leave the room and like all the rest of the grown-ups can have the discussion without you?
While you're just like, Rosemary.
Unless someone tells me not to.
Okay, we'll just assume that you're gone for right now. So Parse like kind of takes in this new information. I was thinking that since I don't know exactly what kind of poison was used, I might even be able to get access to Amarim's libraries since I used to be a researcher there, and I still have some contacts there. But I'd have to, ask them first and see if I can, if that'd be okay. So it might take a little bit to ask them. I could try researching the cat as well if you want, but I don't really know how it fits in with everything or what I should start looking for.
And I'm like, well, like, we probably can't travel with the cat safely. So I turn to the kitty and I'm like, Kitty, you want to stay here for now? And I also ask Paris if he's okay with that too.
Well, I don't care for um, moving things that often. I could try.
I'm like, cool, trial run. What does Cat have to say about this?
I don't know. He looks a little sad and like meows at you.
You know, if we might be fighting random thugs, it might, you might be safer here, I say, even though I desperately want a shoulder cat.
The cat kind of like very slowly and reluctantly walks over to Parse, and like Parse kind of slowly and reluctantly holds out his hand for the cat to sniff, and like the cat turns back to look at you with big eyes.
And I'm just like, I gotta hold in the tears.
Parse says, "Are you sure about this? I've heard that cats like eat plants a lot. Like,
Somehow I heard this. I'm like, no, not Rosemary.
they'll like chew on plants and then like throw it up. And I don't know, is there any other place you could keep the cat?"
I kind of like, I don't know, man. I mean, I could continue keeping the cat in my beard for now until we find maybe a more suitable place for it.
It's just rather sudden, asking someone to cat sit for you when we only just met yesterday and found it at
We're not
together.
best friends.
Well, I guess I'm sauntering. Sorry.
I kind of really like this cat, so I'm like, man, you're kind of convincing me to take this cat now.
The cat like
So
walks
I'm like,
back over
okay,
to you
kid.
and like I don't know, rubs against your leg.
And I'm like, okay, I'll keep the kitty.
I guess I'm sauntering back in, and I'm like, once I get a place at a Bard college, I could probably, offer accommodations. I could even, if Scar doesn't want to be separated, I could probably smuggle her into my dorm room.
I mean, there's probably like a paladin-y type training thingy that I should join at one point too. Although then I'd be living in like fighting, like barracks or something.
Or you could just live in my closet once I get one.
And I'm like, oh man, if it's anything like that closet in the tavern, man, that would be like grade A living.
And Tarsus is just kind of sitting there with her arms folded. I know you're excited about the cat, but maybe we can have Parse focus on the poison first.
Right. And I'm like, yeah. That's a good point. And then I'm like, also, we gotta think of a plan to return the necklace that somebody stole, I said.
And then I'm like, oh, right, I was going to tell you about that. So this necklace, like, I put it back on the body, which I'm sure you saw, right? I say meaningfully.
The body that we were looking at yesterday.
Yeah, you saw I put the necklace back on the body, right?
I guess. Did something happen?
It's like it followed me or something, because it was in my stuff when I got to the inn. And we know it's magic, so I don't know if it has like some weird magic stalking people power or something, but...
You took something from the preservation room.
No.
And I'm like, somebody did, and I glare and Talon.
It just was there. I put it back. I never took it again.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. No one knows that it was us. But...
And I'm just like...
Now they might know that someone was there. I tried to set it back up as best I could when we left. tried to lock it back up. But if something's gone,
I should have planted that necklace on the crow.
I mean, it probably would like shinies, but I'm like, if it's this mysterious magic thing, then I don't know if I would have let you do that.
Well, I meant the crow could have brought it back. Do crows take direction well? Maybe not. Anyway, it's too late now. But we should return the necklace and hope that it doesn't find us again. I was thinking we could hide it in some flowers and offer the flowers.
that might not be wise at this point in time, Tarsus says. We were there yesterday, and it would probably be suspicious if we came back today.
Mhm.
You think we could hire somebody else to do it?
I don't know. I don't know if they've noticed that something was missing yet or not. Because if they have, then I'm sure that they'll be more wary about things. I'd say what's done is done, and be careful.
But what if it's cursed?
And I'm like, I'll beat it with a potato.
We can get it checked out if you want. I was actually going to say that since Parse needs some time anyway, in the meantime, if you had anything that you're coming to the city for anyway, I could try to help you conclude that business since I kind of sidetracked you.
Oh,
I'm
well,
like, okay. I trust you with this more than I trust some people.
well, I think Parse was actually going to give me advice about colleges to go to. Plus, I have this list that my dad's gave me.
What question, Emily? Would I give the amulet to Pars or to Tarsus to study or whatever? Or either. Doesn't matter.
You're just giving it to one of them to...
Yeah, because I feel super guilty about holding this thing, and I don't trust Ben with it.
Sob. Why did you roll a net
And I'm
one?
like, well, if you think that maybe we could find out, more about this and that could like help us with the dead guy, then by all means, if you think it could do any good at this point, that would be a big weight off of my shoulders.
Oh, also, we should get cleaned up at some point.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Well, I hand it to her. How about that?
Okay. And then Parse, gets out some wash basins and fills them with water so you can, clean yourselves off a bit.
Okay.
It's
And now
probably
my
smart.
fine clothes are wet.
Yep.
If only Laura had those fire arrows.
I know, that fireball.
That would dry up those clothes real quick.
I mean, she
I'm-
could still, take out a torch and light it and, push it into the clothes. I don't know.
I don't like this plan, I say.
I'll just camp it out before it starts catching fire.
And I'm like, this is the only pair of clothing I own.
And Tarsus says, all right, so what's your business in the city? What can I help you with?
Well, I am here to find a school that'll teach magic that includes bard stuff, but hopefully that would include some general arcana as well.
Well, I don't know too much about magic schools, but I do know of a bard who might want an apprentice or a student.
I guess I could talk to this person. I was planning on going to an actual school because that was my purpose in being here, but maybe they could go together. I mean, it can't hurt to talk to somebody. I'm sure when Parse isn't busy, we can talk about this too. I like Parse. He's funny.
His favorite food is parsnip.
Skara pretty much was here in order to escort me, so I don't really know what her plans are. And we just happened to sort of get Bly coming along with us, so we don't actually know each other.
Yeah, we don't really know much about each other, do we?
Is that
We're
so?
just kind of thrown into these circumstances together.
Skara probably met me a little bit before.
Yeah, I probably knew of you.
Maybe you babysat for me when I was a rebellious preteen.
And back when I was 70 or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
when
man.
I was 12.
Oh man, that would have been hilarious.
Right soon after they adopted me.
Yeah. They're just okay, who can we ask? We've gone through all their cousins and none of them want to babysit him because he keeps singing. They're like, okay, this one's next. Scar it is. And I'm like, I've babysat potatoes before. How difficult can this be? Teens are like potatoes, right?
And then I'm like, I can make drum accompaniments by banging on things while I sing.
And then I'm like, oh god, no.
And then I'm like, I'm going to tell you about all the guys I have crushes on.
And I'm like, this is more okay. Although it's weird because they're all younger than me.
There's 600 of them.
Oh no.
And I wrote a song about each one
Oh
of them.
no, and I have to listen to each one too? Okay.
And I created drum accompaniments for all of them. Can I drum on your potatoes?
I'd probably let you do that.
Yay! And then I was friends with you.
Friends.
And I have been friends with you ever since. Although I've still only told you about 30 of the guys.
Oh no, so you're saying there's 597 more to go?
And honestly, the number has gone up since then.
Okay, great.
I mean,
Glad
it
we've
includes
established this.
it includes the Archer guy.
Yeah, he's the newest.
Apparently, your shoulder cat is purring
Yeah,
Aw.
very loudly.
in your ear.
Yeah.
As much fun as reminiscing is, you guys were talking about what business you had in the city.
All right. Whoops.
Okay, well, I said my piece, so...
I'm probably looking to find some sort of training school for paladins so as to gain more experience in this chosen profession of mine.
Paladins, you're joking, right?
Nope.
She's a hero. Everyone says so.
Ah, I see. Well, I do happen to know someone who might be able to help you.
And I'm like, great. I hope they accept shoulder cats.
Tarsus turns to Bly. And you? You have anything that you're in town for in particular?
Trying to remember the original reason why I went into the city. Was it to get supplies?
Yeah, you're saying to get supplies and to maybe visit your family sometime.
So I think I would still like to visit my family at some point. That's all I want.
I'd like to tag along.
Oh my god.
It's you can introduce them as your friends. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Bly would be so annoyed, but I think it would be cool for the listener to see Bly visit her family while the other two characters tag along.
We won't lose you because you're the first person we met. We need you.
Oh. I mean, I'm starting to like you guys, even though you still really annoy me.
Aw, you're just not going to tell us that.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously she doesn't know your family, but she could maybe find, like, introduce you to some suppliers or something.
Well, that sounds like we're actually going to accomplish something.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm
also, at some point, it would be helpful if you can show me where I go to mail a letter.
Noted.
Why you go to the owls, of course.
I'm okay with doing the bard stuff later, because I did kind of want parts to be involved.
Yeah, and right now, like, after he's, gotten you stuff to clean yourselves up, he, has started, like, sitting down, like, trying to write a letter to his contacts in the library and just being like, oh, no, that's not the right wording.
Yeah, we could figure this out later, too.
Yep. Just that there are various possibilities in the future,
Yeah.
but all for another day.
Yeah, but I think we can do all those things, can't we?
I mean, yeah. It's like, no, you can only choose one for some
You
reason.
can only do one.
Because this is a badly written game.
Oh.
You can only train one of these 3 characters.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or it's like a dating sim where like you have to consistently choose the same one if you want to advance to them to the final stage or whatever.
So you keep choosing the archer guy, but you made a mistake early on in the game, so you can never get his ending.
Exactly.
Oh.
I don't know what this metaphor is anymore.
Me neither. It was for like choosing which of our routes to follow. We can only choose one.
Yeah.
And if we do choose one, then the others will never be fulfilled.
Yeah. Nah, this isn't that kind of game. Anyway,
Oh,
I think
that's good.
that concludes it for this evening. It has gotten quite late, but I hope you
Yeah.
guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I had fun.